Hi, I'm Don Peppers.
And I'm Martha Rogers.
And Martha and I have been working on making the world safe for customers for 20 years now.
Yeah, it's hard to believe, isn't it?
20-year anniversary in 2013. We founded the company in 1993 when our first book, The One-to-One Future, came out.
Now, you know, we wrote that book because we met, and then 90 seconds later we decided to write a book together.
Yeah.
We had no idea that we were going to then write, how many more, and start the company and try to get this thing to happen. But the fact is that we figured that these new technologies that were coming out then, and if we talked about what those technologies were
today,
now, they seem like nothing. The first book didn't even have the phrase World Wide Web in it because
it wasn't there yet.
Right? But those new technologies even then were having an impact on business because it meant that customers, we could remember them through the databases. Mm-hmm. We could do all kinds of things in terms of
we could interact with them.
Well, that's how we learned about them,
and we could mass customize for them.
Yeah.
So we put those three technologies together: a customer database, interaction, cost-efficient interaction, and mass customization. And instead of having to manufacture a bunch of products and then try to find customers who want to buy the product, we said the new kind of marketing will be, I know who you are, you tell me what you want, and I make it for you that way. And it might be I change my offering in some way, might be changing the communication around it, could be a lot of different things.
So instead of focusing on one product at a time and trying to find customers for that product, the goal was going to be to find a customer. So from then on, it was really a change. Mm-hmm. Instead of focusing on one product at a time and then finding customers for that product, the goal became focusing on one customer at a time and then finding products for that customer. So the focus shifted from, how do we win more market share? Still important, but the real goal now is how do we get a greater and greater share of each customer's business, especially the most valuable customers.
And even consumer-oriented companies are doing this. Business-to-business companies always kind of did this with their sales force and so forth. You talked about account penetration and so forth, but these new technologies have made it possible for even consumer companies to do it.
So our first book was called The One-to-One Future.
About one-to-one marketing.
Yeah, right. It came out in 1993. And Tom Peters said it was a great book. He called it Book of the Year. That sales took off. We sold 500,000 of those books.
Yeah, Inc. magazine said it was languages. one of the 2 or 3 most important business books ever written.
We like that.
I like that.
Yeah, that was good. So we sold in 19 languages, and we ended up on the cover of Inc. magazine, as a matter of fact, and a bunch of other stuff.
Then we wrote a bunch of other books.
Yeah, and then we wrote a bunch of other books. But by the way, there were still a lot of people back in those days that thought we were out of our minds. What? Individualized marketing? What? Thinking about customers rather than products?
And the truth is, the book we wrote in 1993 was a book of business science fiction because interactive technology was not here yet. That mass customization was a twinkle in most companies' eyes. It was very, very impractical.
By the time we read our second book, The Enterprise One-to-One in 1997, we had a lot of case studies and examples, and so that was marketing science fact, I guess.
Right.
And before then, in fact, IBM had coined the phrase customer relationship management.
CRM.
And so it had gone streamline. And
CRM's easier to say than one-to-one marketing. So we say CRM and one-to-one marketing are basically synonymous.
The idea of customer orientation, but people ask us if it could apply to B2C. The answer, of course, is yes. They ask if it could apply to B2B, and the fact is that we wrote a book called One-to-One B2B.
One-to-One B2B.
Yeah, so and we ended up writing some other books, Return on Customer.
And a textbook, Managing Customer Relationships, a strategic perspective.
And that's been revised.
That's a big task.
Yes,
and our latest book is Extreme Trust, Honesty as a Competitive Advantage, and Martha and I are both really, really happy to be at this level of discussion.
It's our 9th book, but it feels as though in many ways it's a first book because it's a breakout in certain ways that are, I think, going to be pretty thrilling for the company. So we've had these brilliant analysts and consultants and media people at Peppers and Rogers Group all these years.
And the people at Peppers and Rogers Group are, the quality of our people, our culture, it's just, I had a long business career before we did this gig, and I've just never worked at a company that is is this much fun to work for, and where the people are as competent as ours. I mean, they're just amazing.
Yeah, you know, I got to tell you something. I think we both feel as though one of the coolest things in the world is that your name and my name are on all their business cards.
It's amazing.
It's really amazing. So
we don't deserve it. You guys have done everything.
Yeah,
really.
But they.
Well, she doesn't deserve it. I mean.
We're also very proud of the fact that we've now formed this alliance with Teletech, because Teletech can bring to life so many of the things that our clients need so badly, and
Teletech
that the customers
is
need.
doing a lot of the things that we've been preaching. Only they're doing
right.
it, and they're doing it in spades. So we're very happy to. It's evidenced by the client list. It's
execution. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So we're really happy to be here, and there's a lot more, but that's probably enough for now. Yeah.
Here's to another 20 years.
Yeah.